Hi guys, Selena Walker here, naturopath and nutritionist living deep in nature here at Ysbryd y Coed. And this week I've brought you down to one of our waterfalls to talk to you about, guess what? Water, one of my favourite subjects. And you might have heard me say the solution to pollution is dilution. So we always want to be working on a hydration journey. So what do I mean by that? Drinking pure water, because that allows us to keep our body flowing, our internal rivers flowing. Just as this stream is flowing here, we want to make sure our internal streams are flowing and any debris or toxins can be flushed out and flushed away. So I've brought my 3 favourite water bottles here to talk to you about each one, because each one I've got for a different reason, and I spent hours doing this research online. And one of the hard decisions then was when I even choosing the colour, talk about problems. But I wanted to share with you each of these because not only are they good for my internal environment, but they are also good for the external environment. As buying bottles stops me having to buy one-use bottles when I'm out and about. So my latest bottle, which I'm all happy about, my latest toy, is what's called the Sport Berkey. So British Berkey filters are one of my favourite filter systems. I've got one at home, and because I live off-grid, it's perfect because it needs no electricity and it's all filtered through by gravity. And you can see in here, hopefully you can see if I point it to the camera, there's a filter at the bottom of this. And the reason I've got this is I can put any water in here. I could go and fill up from the stream and drink from it. So when I'm out and about, if I didn't know I'm going to get water, I could put the water in there from anywhere, and it would even take out chlorine from tap water. And all I simply do, I'd fill it with water, and then if I just filled it up there, I would simply squirt it out twice to make sure the water's gone through the filter, and then fresh filtered water. And it filters out most things. On the back it says it filters out pathogenic bacteria, heavy metals, herbicides, pesticides, organic chemicals, pharmaceuticals, and reduces over 90% of viruses. That's good enough for me. So I have bought the Sport Berkey, and I recommend you buying one too, because I keep this with me all the time. So when I'm out and about in a move, I can just fill it up with whatever water I can find. So if I'm out in the wilds, I can fill it up from natural water. Or if I'm out in the city, I can fill it up from any tap water, and I know that I'm not going to have the chlorine inside. So that's my first bottle of choice. Now another bottle I wanted to talk to you about are just simple 2-litre bottles. They're a bit like a weightlifting, so you get a workout while you're drinking. But why these are really good, if you want to monitor what you're drinking, then my aim is for 2 litres a day, and hopefully your aim is too. I fill this up, and I know that that's my goal. And I can see it go down as the day goes. And I know that my goal is to reach the end by the end of the day. So your goal is constantly in sight, and it constantly reminds you what you've got to do. And if you haven't got a bottled water like that, you can simply fill this up at the beginning of the day with your delicious filtered water from home. And then you can take the water with you, again, saving the environment and having to buy bottled water out and about. Now the last bottle I want to talk to you about, mine's a bit mucky because I use it out and about all the time, so it's well used, is called the Super Sparrow. Now the reason I love this is this time of year in the Northern Hemisphere, we're in the winter. And when I'm out working on the land, it can be a bit cold drinking water. It's not at room temperature, in fact it's at outside temperature, and that can be pretty cold this time of year. So this is insulated, and it's got an insulated cover, and it's got a strap. So win, 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 win. So the reason it's great, what I do in the morning, I fill it with water, about 2/3, and then the last third I put boiling water in there. So the water in there is nice and warm for me to drink, and it stays like that for hours. And then in the summer, it'll do the opposite. It can stay cold as well. So because it's insulated, I can use that to keep the water at perfect blood temperature, which is what my body loves, because when the water's at blood temperature, your body doesn't waste any of the energy of the water cooling it down if it's a hot drink or warming it up if it's cold. And you might have had that feeling before where you've drunk a lot of water and you can hear it sludging around in your stomach because it's not ready to be absorbed. So those are my 3 bottles of choices that I wanted to share with you today. The first one, the Sport Berkey. That's for drinking out and about. It's got its own internal filter and I can put any water in that. My 2-litre bottle, my dumbbell bottle I call this one, that is so my goal is constantly in sight and I know what I'm aiming for each day. And then my Super Sparrow bottle, which is for cold days if I want to take warm water out and about with me. So remember, the solution to pollution is dilution. I want you to hydrate, get your internal rivers flowing, just like this gorgeous stream here is flowing. I want you to hear your internal rivers flowing by the health that is flowing through every cell in your body. If you've enjoyed this video, click subscribe and head on over to my website, selinawalker.earth, and subscribe to my free newsletter for weekly hints and tips on how you can live a delicious life. Now, I'm off to hydrate. I'll see you soon.